Black helicopter. Fuck 'em. That's right, Crow. Hello everybody, welcome to the Gavin Show. Today's episode is about basically the continuance of my house and the very awkward situation that my life friend and band partner, my singer and bass player, and I have been in since I guess the last 7 to 8 weeks, where about basically 2 months ago we were rehearsing with our band and about ready to do like a couple shows, and then all of a sudden there were some posts on Fascist Book that one of the members of the band found offensive and basically quit the band. I immediately thought that I was basically out too, because I thought that I had done something wrong. And it's almost kind of like, and because I'd been away working, and which not very much, by the way, because I wasn't working full days, and because allegedly the economy is crap. Meaning basically that poor people have to suffer more than anybody else, and the poorest people being the children that deserve to be helped. And so basically I'm in a position where I feel as though I have able hands and body and mind and spirit to do anything I want to do and help people and do the right thing and be working. And what I've been offered here in the last 5 years is not a whole lot of anything that is basically righteous, humane, worth my time as a man, that actually pays. Basically, like if you think about my background, if you know me, is with computers, but I've been able to do all kinds of stuff. Like I have a great customer service background in serving coffee, in being a baker, signing cakes, decorating cakes, decorating pastries. But I've done other things too, but those are things too that not only did I enjoy as jobs, but they did pay me. And one of the things that I found offensive about this area is, like, for instance, because I'm in Santa Rosa, where we're being kicked out of, and I'm right by this place called Montgomery Village. And I really enjoy this area. I was just rudely interrupted. Anyways, I'm recalling on the events of my work history, where basically I was told several times by my customers that I should be running my own store, and so that's not something I took lightly when I heard that. I really believe in myself and the stuff that that I've done and what I can do. But what I've discovered in this area is like strange things like, okay, I actually go to coffee shops and I scrutinize everything a coffee shop does because of my background working with coffee. I worked for Starbucks, and then I got trained by Pete's when I was a baker. So, and then we had our own style at the bakery. So I have like a bunch of different kind of styles trained on the subject, and I kind of know what the rules are. I know health code really well. So when I go into any restaurant or into any place like a coffee shop, I look around, and within a split second I can see health code violations. And I'm not a tattletale, I'm not a snitch, but I'd probably make a really good job as health inspector because my ability to see, I retain information really well, like the rules, and I've been able to like see stuff just as they appear, and I would be very helpful in that department. But so, and by the way, I'm not certified to handle food, never was, but I've held jobs, so that's like a level of trust and competency that I kind of find it fascinating that you can't get help that you don't need to have certified. You know what I mean? Like, you can't trust these people enough that you got to make sure they have a piece of paper from someone else that you're supposed to trust more. Like, you're supposed to trust an institution that gives out paper certificates more than you're supposed to trust the person standing right in front of you. Wow. I mean, I actually am proud of the fact that I got a couple of these jobs under my belt, like being a baker, which was a great experience. But unfortunately, at the place I was working, they made me be a barista and a baker. And if you've ever done baking, you will know that that's kind of cool that you can do both, and I could do both, but it interfered with my training as being a baker, becoming a baker. I mean, I actually became a baker full-time with benefits. And 1 month after that, they fired me. And they actually technically laid me off. They didn't really fire me because they didn't tell me I did anything wrong. They just said, we're letting you go. And that's technically being laid off. So everywhere that's happened like that happened to me at Sega when I worked for a subsidiary of theirs in San Rafael. And basically we got hit hard in that industry. And that industry is not really that big. But it's big enough that if for you to get hit hard in it, it has to be a wallop. And this was a wallop. And it happened to the company I was in because our flagship product was basically completely removed from the market. It was made illegal for them to continue to develop it. That's how strange things got for us back then. And that was like, I'm talking about something that happened 9 years ago. Okay, so it's 2012 now, so to put it into perspective, since then, I've migrated up to here to Santa Rosa, and in all this time, like the last 8 years, I've studied very devoutly religion, cults, anything mystical, anything shaman related, folklore. I've expanded into all these different subject matters on my own time when I'm not working in order to get a perspective about what's happening around me. And I'm shocked that the events that are occurring where we have to move out of our house because the landlord tells me that there was a vote, like democracy. Democracy is a vote where you're not included. Basically, a minority of people, your neighbors that you love, hopefully that love you, decided they're going to vote you out. That's what happened to me. Those weren't my landlord's exact words, but he said it real basically like, yeah, they got together. So, if you're my neighbor and you're watching this video, I apologize if I did anything wrong to you. I apologize. I don't even know what it is, because, what I do know from what I have seen, and what I've experienced while I've lived here, is pretty much nice people, but there's a couple of my neighbors that they don't make eye contact, or they wouldn't ever say hello to me when I said hello. It was really strange, and now I notice they are. Some of them that used to never do that are. It's as if can they really pull the wool over the lamb's eyes or whatever, that they, like they're walking around like they don't see what they've done. They don't see what their decisions make, and also their indecisions. Because if they're not deciding to help you, they're deciding not to help you. So, and that can hurt, but I'm not judging anybody, but the only help that I need is what I can give myself, provide myself, and I'm doing what I can to help myself get out of here. And myself includes my family, my band, which is my singer and our dog, and that's my family now. And so that's, to me, is more worthwhile than sitting around and letting a bunch of people that I don't even know decide my life for me, So, and it's kind of been that way for the whole time I've lived here. That there's the only way you can really get anywhere in California to get to a next level is you got to have somebody like sanctify you with their money or something. It's really, really weird, because like when I made the most money I've ever made in 2002, and I couldn't get a loan on a car. I could have all the money for the down payment and then some, and I couldn't get financing for a car. So, really, really weird, really, really weird. And I was told by the people I work with, oh, they'll give you the loan, It's just a bunch of lies. The whole time that I've been a professional in California, I've been told by every single company I've worked for that they'll help me out with education and money and this and that, or, with the banks and all that. None of them have helped. They've all just been complete liars. And then there's this whole thing called the open door policy. If you've heard of this, the open door policy, what a crock of shit. I worked in a company where the president of the company told me, oh, I have an open door. Well, how come 99% of the time that I worked there, which was about 3 years, his door was closed? So there was no open door policy. He just lied. Does making millions of dollars producing video games that suck the brains out of children's minds, does that give you the authority to lie to me? No, it doesn't. You're just a fucking liar. And whoop-de-fucking-do. Nice that you have millions of dollars and you're willing to lie to me, and you're willing to just fuck me off, and you're willing to lie to children and all this shit. It doesn't even mean anything. It doesn't make you worth shit. If you think about it, I like, if you look at my resume and you see all my publications, the majority of them are video games that are sports games. And I'm proud of the work I did, but those games have all migrated off the shelves. They migrated from the shelves at the video game stores into the little box that's the reselling of the games, so they're all like dirt cheap, and then they've migrated out of there, basically. So, what does that mean? What does that mean for me in my future, or what I'm doing? It doesn't mean much, but it means that I played the game, I played the rules, and it didn't get me the things that they got doing the exact same thing. So why is there the unfairness there? People say life is not fair, but life is also what you make it. So, what I was making my life to be may have been up to me the entire time, but what I've seen is a whole lot of people pretending that there's something that's more worthwhile way than there is to do what I'm doing as a guitar player and a singer and a musician. In fact, this area needs musicians, it needs music, and there just isn't a whole lot of any good music. And you know why? It's because writing music that's good is hard. It's not easy to do. It's difficult. But making really crappy music is easy to do. Anybody can do it. But I encourage people to try to make music at any time. With anything, with their mouth, with anything. But be respectful of the fact that people work for years to master music and a technique, because music is like a collage of techniques, and so there's techniques you have to master for each different form of music. But the form of music that I enjoy the most, the form of music that I practice, what I preach, is heavy metal, and it has everything that everybody else has and more, and they all want to be like it. That's why you have all this perverted stuff that claims to be heavy metal, but it's not. And we've been there and we've done that with the whole heavy metal thing, and we're ready to continue to revolutionize just the paradigm that's occurring, or the paradigm shift that's occurring. We're a part of that revolution of basically reintroducing what's already there, what we already knew all along, which is that we should be rocking together and not legitimizing each other. Because I'm not like taking the making like music is not legit, but I just want there to be respect for the fact that people, artisans like painters, some painters have died alone, insane, allegedly, with no money and no one to love them but their work, which is a manifestation of their love. So when they part the world, the only thing that they have left besides themselves and their love is the thing that is the emanation of that. So they left it as a token because they know that their body is going to be gone and they can't continue to do the thing that they think is going to bring the world joy. And in which it does. All these people that were so very depressed, alone, masters of their art, and they brought happiness to the world after they're gone. And there's a lot of people like that, and there's some people that probably stand out more than others to you, like some big names that could be dropped. An artisan that really is the master of masters in your mind, and so, or in your actual physical life. So, it's just really trippy to have studied all this stuff about cults and to see it kind of play out around me, because I live in a kind of, there's a Bible triangle here. There's churches, and the churches ring their bells at odd times. The other day I was walking home, and the nearby church was ringing its bell, and I wasn't counting how many times that the bell rang, but it rang so long that I thought, holy crap, was that 29 bells ringing? I mean, come on. If you know anything about the Bible, you know what the number 29 means, and I'm not even going to tell you what it means. if you don't know, just, it's kind of significant in the fact that it's symbolic to me of torture. And a bell is a musical instrument. It's supposed to be beautiful, and the bell does sound beautiful, but when they ring it, it brings with it some kind of negative feeling behind it, and maybe I'm just like some people are afraid of clowns. I'm not afraid of churches, but I think maybe I should be. When I walk by them or hear them, they creep me out, but maybe we should be afraid of them because they're not representing the best of humanity. Only we can be the best of humanity, not some hollow place like a temple, which actually requires people for it to mean anything. So, I don't know, this has been my episode of the Gavin Show. I just wanted to bring up the fact that there's basically a cult that lives in this area that has people around it hoodwinked, including the landlords or whatever, into thinking it's okay to just, kick people out, especially, ones that have been good to you, or whatever, whatever you guys say behind closed doors without us around, Maybe it would be nice if you went on and recorded a video of yourself telling your peace of mind and what you think and your side of the story, because right now we're not hearing anybody else's side of the story that matters, that actually matters. So please respond, and if you want to help, go to foreversend.com. That's FOREVERSEND.com/FE/CHAT. That's foreversend.com/FE/chat. If you go there, you can chat with us, and there's a donate button at the bottom. And that donate button is our fund for getting out of California. Basically, we need to get out of here. This place I'm not feeling the love here. I'm not feeling the love. You know what I mean? And I want to thank everyone that's been donating already, because that's going to betterment for everybody. I think it's going to be better for everybody if we get to the place that we need to be, where we can be who we are and be free. Thank you.